Hello friends, I am your friend Sachin, and I welcome you to my channel Indiawala View. Let us see what's happening out there. The F-35s are one of the most sought-after fighter jets in the world, especially due to the stealth technology that it employs. The F-35s are fifth-generation jets, using advanced stealth with fighter speed and agility, fully fused sensor information, network-enabled operations, and advanced sustainment. The UAE has shown keen interest to acquire these fifth-generation stealth jets. However, Israel has objected to the possible sale despite the historical agreement between Israel and the UAE. Emirati minister has asked Israel to remove hurdles for the country to procure these stealth fighters from the US. Israel is currently the only country in the Middle East to operate the F-35s and the only nation globally to have first used it in combat. The United States earlier inked deals for its F-35 fighter jet with many key allies including the UK, Australia, and Japan, but Israel is the only nation in the Middle East to have it. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has stated that his country would oppose any sale of weapons in the region which would threaten its military superiority in the Middle East. The United States provides Israel with superior military equipment than Arab states, which provides Israel a qualitative military edge in the region. The UAE has the most advanced military in the Arab world, while Qatar and Saudi Arabia are aggressively catching up in terms of the capacity of their forces and their domestic defense industries, both areas where Pakistan plays a critical role. Pakistanis have been known to provide training to Middle East armed forces including the UAE and Saudi Arabia, and thousands of their defense personnel have served and are presently serving in their uniforms. So there is a very intimate relationship already that goes beyond any relationship with Western countries, Andreas Krieg said, who is a professor at the Defense Academy of the United Kingdom's Joint Command and Staff College. There is a dependency on Pakistan anyway. Defense ties between Pakistan and the UAE have traditionally been very strong. The Pakistan Army is known to provide training to UAE Commando as well as all armed and artillery corps officers. Pakistani personnel also hold influential positions as advisors and trainers in the UAE Air Force, UAEAF. The UAEAF has even been termed by a prominent Pakistani author as an extension of the Pakistan Air Force. The first Chief of Air Staff of the UAE, appointed by Sheikh Zayed, was Air Commodore Ayaz Ahmed Khan, followed by Ghulam Haider, Jamal A. Khan and Faraz A. Khan, all of whom were Pakistan Air Force (PAF) officers. Overall, the report declares that the first 5 Chiefs of Air Staff of the UAE Air Force were Pakistanis. Even though UAE is one of the staunchest allies of India, the influence of Pakistani defense personnel in Gulf nations remains extremely high. If the UAE gets F-35s, it could be Pakistani pilots who could be flying these stealth jets, and a lot of sensitive information can get passed to Pakistan and eventually to China. Thus Israel is, and should staunchly object to the sale of F-35s to the UAE. Thank you friends for watching my video. Please hit like button, subscribe our channel to get the latest uploaded videos.